there are many YouTubers whose income tax returns have not come in because their social media accounts are being, are being dissected as to what they have said against the government and the returns they haven't got. And now already there is a story, I was reading it somewhere that, your income tax returns will be based on your social media accounts. Now, is that the kind of job which we will be expecting? And Supreme Court, will it be able to deal with all this? Because I'm just drawing a parallel with what happened with the appointments of chief election commissioners and election commissioners. Supreme Court had given them a certain thing, but then government immediately jumped upon an opportunity and they brought in a law by which now the autonomy of the election commission looks compromised. So are we going to see an era with the social media on very similar lines?
It depends on how angry the government is with social media, or at what stage they seek to bring in these guidelines. My suspicion is that when there is no election on the horizon, no major election on the horizon, they might let matters ride. But it is closer to the elections that all such bad ideas come into force. You must remember that the late Rajiv Gandhi's government brought in the postal bill towards the end of its regime. And it was street protests and other protests by famous journalists, including Arun Shourie and Ram and the others, which then stopped that measure. So I suspect that there might be drafts which are being drawn up as to when they will be presented, when a court's approval may be sought. That is a different ballgame altogether.
Right. So it depends on the electoral compulsions. And I'm sure there are lots of, Bihar elections are scheduled in October and November. Then next year, again, you have so many states going to elections. So I'm just wondering when the draft regulation will come in. But just one last quick question, Mr. Hegde, that as a YouTuber, so are we supposed to gauge ourselves that to what level can you make the government angry? Sometimes, in the middle of the programs when you're doing, you tend to say very strong, you tend to use very harsh words. So does a YouTuber now begin to think that whether you should be going to that level, or would you have to maintain that medium level by which the government doesn't get angry, and also at the same time you get to say what you want? So is that the median line now which the YouTubers should be taking, according to you? I'm just asking you your suggestion.
To quote Faiz Saab, बोल के लब आजाद है तेरे, बोल की जुबान अब तक तेरी है, तेरा सुतवा जिस्म है तेरा, बोल के जान अब तक तेरी है. That's a line I always generally tend to take. But if people indulge in self-censorship, then the government has already won. And maybe that is exactly what the effect that they want. The possibility that many people will be deterred by the mere show of the stick than the actual use of it.